Hey guys, this is Nate from RunDreamAchieve.com. I hope you're having a great weekend of training. Today's video I want to talk on running 50 miles a week and what you really need to be doing and concentrating on to really get effective results by putting in this amount of volume. I'm a big believer that you do not want to get caught up in the numbers game and focusing on how much mileage you're running, because it's not about how much volume you're putting in as much as it is what percentage of that weekly volume, that weekly 50 miles per week, are you training at, near, or below your goal race pace. You know, if you're trying to break a 3-hour marathon, you know you need to be holding 6 minutes and 52 seconds per mile. If you want to try to break a 4-hour marathon, you need to be running 9 minutes and 9 seconds per mile. So you have to really emphasize not so much the volume of mileage that you're putting in as much as the quality of the mileage you're putting in. So, 50 miles a week really comes out to, you can run 10 miles per day for 5 days in the week and take those 2 days off. Or you can run around, between 6 and 8 miles each day for 7 days. So it's, I'm a real big believer that you want to spend at least one workout per week training at a longer distance at a higher percentage of your overall maximum heart rate. You have to get beyond just running every single weekend nice, easy, and slow. That's still very important. So I don't want you to think that, hey, Nate doesn't think that running easy is really important to running a faster time. That's not the case. It's still very important, but you don't want to just spend every single weekend running long, slow distance. It's going to make you a very efficient long, slow distance runner, middle distance to long distance runner. So the biggest changes that I made to get to a point where I was able to run eventually 50-54 for 10 miles, 107.06 for a half marathon, 2:19.35 for the marathon, and 1:44.05 for 20 miles was spending longer periods of time at running at 85% of my maximum heart rate. And that's what I was doing for my long runs. So I would run one weekend, I would run at a longer, faster pace for a longer period of time, coupled with a little bit of a mixture of varied paces. I wouldn't just run long, slow, and easy the entire, whether it was a 10-mile run or up to around a 24 to even a 30-mile run. I got to up to 30-mile long distance runs training for the marathon. But I would mix it up. I would run one weekend. I would run if it was, say, a 20-mile run, or what? Let's see. 32 kilometers for you guys that are in Europe or other parts of the world aside from the U.S. where we focus mainly on miles. I would spend around 50 to 65% of that long run running at 85% of my maximum heart rate, which at that time, when I was at my fittest, was around 160 beats per minute. When I started doing that and started extending the amount of time I was running for at a higher percentage of my maximum heart rate for a longer period of time, I started really getting better results, and I got beyond just focusing on high mileage. So 50 miles a week is really efficient. You can really do a lot, whether you're training especially if you're training for a 5K to 10K distance, outstanding. You can still run a real high quality half marathon, even up to a marathon distance running 50 miles a week. You got to keep in mind that you're doing 50 miles a week consistently for 16 weeks if you're training for a 4-month block of training. So really 50 miles a week over and over again is going to make you very strong for the marathon distance or the 5K distance or the half marathon or marathon. You want to spend time also doing one workout per week training at your VO2 max. Now that's those real, like I said, look at past videos on the RunDreamAchieve.com YouTube channel, or go to RunDreamAchieve.com. I talk a lot about training not only at paces that are long, slow, and easy, but also training at paces that are closer to your 3K and 5K race pace. Where when you're doing those VO2 max workouts, that's where you're training at your maximum oxygen uptake. You can only spend anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes running at that types of efforts. Examples of these workouts are 12 times 200 meter repetitions at closer to your 1 mile to 3K race pace. or repeat quarters at your 5K race pace. Doing those repeat miles on the track closer to your between 5K and 10K effort. So you want to mix up the intensities of your workouts throughout the week. Running 50 miles a week really can get you some great results as long as you're mixing it up. You're not just running long, slow distance for 50 miles each week. Sure, you can do that. It's going to make you very, very strong. It's going to teach your body to burn fat more efficiently. But when it comes to trying to race faster and trying to be able to minimize that lactic acid buildup that occurs when you're running at higher intensities, you have to stress the body. You have to stress the anaerobic systems of the body. So you want to do a mixture of very easy recovery runs after doing those track workouts where you're doing, like I said, repeat miles, repeat 2 miles, repeat Ks on the track, and really having a set blueprint of knowing what you need to be doing on a daily basis will make running 50 miles a week really effective, because you know exactly what you need to be doing. Now on RunDreamAchieve.com, I've created running courses for athletes that are trying to break 2 hours for the half marathon, 2 hours and 30 minutes for the marathon distance. If you're very, very competitive and you're trying to go for that type of time, sub 3 hour marathon runners, sub 4 hour marathon runners, and I have training programs for athletes that are either beginner level 5K all the way up to the marathon distance, either beginner athletes all the way to elite level athletes. So there are a lot of resources on RunDreamAchieve.com. I've created a lot of videos here on RunDreamAchieve.com, the YouTube channel. So definitely go back and take the time to watch some of the videos that I've created for athletes that are either you're a total beginner, or I've also created videos for athletes that are veterans of the sport, that are very, very focused, that are trying to run. Maybe they're trying to run Boston Marathon qualifying times. They're trying to qualify for the Olympic trials. Maybe you're trying to break 55 minutes for the 10 mile or 52 minutes for the 10 mile distance, or sub 3 hours for the marathon. I do believe running 50 miles a week is still very efficient. You can still get a lot done putting in that type of mileage each week. It's not so demanding that you're trying to, like say you're trying to run 100 miles a week, or 120 miles a week. That involves a lot more time, especially if you're trying to work a full-time job and you have children, or maybe you're in school. Running 50 miles a week is a healthy balance. It's not too much and it's not too little. And like I said, I think if you start increasing the paces of your long runs, and you don't run every single weekend nice, easy, and slow, it's going to make you very, very efficient, building up less lactic acid at higher intensities. So again, you have to spend a little bit of time out of your comfort zone. I can promise you, everything is going to be very difficult at first when you first start out preparing for whether it's a 5K, a 10K, or marathon distance. You have to have a long range viewpoint. Running results don't come overnight, so you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be willing to go through the ebbs and flows of your preparation. We've all experienced it. In my quest to run under a 2 hour and 22 minute marathon, I had many setbacks. Had a lot of doubts and concerns that maybe the marathon wasn't for me. But it just takes consistent work, and eventually I achieved my goal. And the same with you. You have to just be persistent and tenacious in what you're doing, and know that your results will come about in due time. Like I said, running 50 miles a week is definitely enough volume to get the job done. It's just a matter of you mixing up your training and not spending so much of that volume, that the whole 50 miles a week running too slow, because it's very easy to start second guessing yourself, and to start being concerned, like maybe I just don't have what it takes. Well, what percentage of your weekly volume, what percentage of that 50 miles a week that you're doing on a consistent basis are you spending at your goal race pace, or far below your goal race pace? Again, if you're training at paces, like say you're trying to break a 3 hour marathon, okay, you need to run 1 hour and 30 per half marathon, or 6 minutes and 52 seconds per mile. So spend some time training under 6 minute mile pace. That's going to make that goal that goal marathon race pace much easier. You know, if 90 to 95% of your weekly volume is spent running at 7:15 to 7:45 mile pace, it's going to be very difficult to be able to hold 26.2 miles or 42.1 kilometers at that effort if you haven't spent sufficient time training at goal race pace or below goal race pace. So regardless of what distance you're trying to train for, just keep those things in mind, because stressing the body, then backing off and allowing yourself time to recover from the hard efforts that you're doing on the track and on the roads, that's going to get you the results that you're seeking. But it's not going to happen overnight. You know, it takes about 21 days for your body to adapt to any stress load that you're putting on it. So you really have to know that results in middle to long distance running do not come overnight. If you want quick results and you're not patient, it's very easy to start doubting yourself, and you will experience poor races and poor track workouts or road workouts, and you'll start to question yourself. Key thing is don't take yourself so seriously, and just know that the results will come if you stay consistent enough and you stay persistent in what you're doing. You will get the results you're after. So like I said, if you really want to take your running to the next level, I definitely recommend going to RunDreamAchieve.com. Check out the running programs that I've created there, also the running courses. If you have any specific questions or something I didn't cover in this video, feel free to leave me a comment below this video. I'll leave some resources as well in the description of this video as well. And if you're brand new to the channel, click on the subscribe button, hit that bell icon so when I make a new video, you'll be notified of it. And feel free to let me know what's on your mind, what's been giving you issues in your preparation and your training. And I hope this video on just some of the ideas of running 50 miles a week and what you really need to be thinking about as you prepare for your upcoming races has been helpful for you. So feel free to leave me a comment if you have a question or concern, or if there's maybe a topic that you want me to make a video on. Feel free to leave me a comment below this video, and I'll definitely answer your question or make a video about that topic that you're interested in. So hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all in the next video.